All right, so now we're moving on to the speakers list, and our first speaker tonight is Richard Barnes. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes, you did.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
You put in 10 minutes, so...
Well,
you're up.
I won't be taking 10 minutes.
Well,
Mike.
anything less than 10, you get penalized.
I'll go and sit in the penalty box.
You
Okay.
eventually. All right.
Um,
Thank you, sir.
I'm speaking on behalf of my wife, Pearl, who has unfortunately had to work tonight. I asked my wife what she wanted me to speak about tonight, and she said, okay, her reply was, my wife is concerned about the quality of education that would be provided if Parkview Secondary is closed. She feels the education standards for Parkview students would be lowered by closing said school and including them in a larger school. Also, she feels the level of bullying would be higher for Parkview school students at a larger school than what it is already at, what the bullying level is at Parkview. Our daughter in grade 9 has improved very much socially and intellectually by attending Parkview. Kathleen feels as somebody at this school, where in a big school she would feel lost. Thank you for your attention. Now, we have stayed in the same place in East End. This is in East End now, down by near Delta. She went to Cunningham for the first few years. Then she was transferred up to the mountain next door to Hill Park Secondary. And then she was sent from there for the last 3 or 4 years to Hillcrest. And she has done, I've seen an improvement in the way she handles herself at the Parkview over going to a composite public school. She's improved. Okay? So thank you, and that's basically.
Well, appreciate those thoughts on behalf of your daughter as well, I guess, right? Questions for clarification? Trustee Bishop.
Well, unfortunately, I don't know how to phrase it as a question. I just want to assure Mr. Barnes that North Ark, which I was a member of, and some people sitting here, that the quality of education and the level of bullying were major topics of conversation and were major concerns of that committee. And that as a group of trustees, we are not interested in looking at providing programs that are in any way lesser than what students are currently providing. Our intent is to, in fact, do make sure that we have all the attributes of what they presently have, and hopefully whatever decision we make, they will be enhanced. So I'm breaking the rules, Mr. Chairman.
You are breaking the rules, that's for sure, Trustee. I don't know if you heard a question in there, sir, but maybe you might want to respond back to this question.
I don't know, it's, you think the quality of education is not going to change?
Well, our intention, Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
our intention is not, is any decisions we made is not to lessen the quality of education that we provide for students.
Because as I was saying, she's
I know what it is.
okay. She's into cooking and sewing right now, and she's a hands-on kid.
Right.
I mean, she's not up here. If we're trying to get her up to a grade 12 level, to get her through grade 12 and that, so she can have choices about going into Mohawk. And I understand with Mohawk that they follow the students right through. They work with the students once they get into Mohawk and all that. And she's been getting A's in sewing and baking and all that. And her math and her English, English is coming along. She's up, and her math is coming right behind it. And the teacher they have in there right now for English, Mrs. Christopher, she's very onto this Wilson reading program and all that. And she stayed back 2 years to make sure it was implemented. And she sits down there and she puts her head right into it and all that. She complains about the other students making noise in the classroom and now that she can't study and all that. So this is what I'm trying to say is, it's coming along and she needs this. And we're trying to get it, we're taking her to Oxford, tutoring to give her the extra help and all that she needs and all, to get it up to that grade 12. Because I think all of us, most of us in this room, can remember the days of grade 10 education. You can go anywhere with that almost. I'm not saying, I'm not knocking university education and all that. My sister went to university, I didn't. But I mean, I had a good career with grade 10. Students today, you want something, you got to go beyond that. And this is what I'm going to make sure that people, these kids can achieve by getting a grade 12 and going beyond that, not being discouraged and, you know, dropping out and all that, because that won't do it. And what we've seen in the last 50 years as far as computers and all this stuff, they're going to see what they are going to see. Where's it going to be in 50 years from now?
Excellent. We've got a few more minutes yet. Trustee Churchwell.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Just wondering if you're aware that after the ARC decision is made, one of the recommendations of the ARC was to strike a committee made up of you know, hopefully the parents and the students and staff, and they were going to talk exactly about your concerns about how to integrate the students at a new high school should it be built. I just want to just clarify or ask if Mr. Barnes is actually available. Are you aware of that? And if you aren't, then I would, you know, highly recommend that your daughter or your wife or yourself connect with that post-ARC group should it be struck, and it's been requested by our Special Education Advisory Committee that it be struck right after we make a decision, so that there's still community input into what the education will look like inside of a larger school for those students, because it's very important to us and it was very important to the ARC members. So just, you know, if you're not aware of it, then, you know, we can put you in contact with somebody to help you be a part of that if you'd like to be.
I'd like to be part of it, if
Okay.
possible.
That's
And may I
fantastic.
make one more comment? Something struck me as you were speaking here. You may have to put a bit more money up front now, but in the long run, keeping people off welfare and low-income jobs and help the women needing more health care. You know, the way things are going and all that, you know, and I understand the budgets and all that, you know, money, it's a lot harder today to get the dollars that we could have had 10 or 20 years ago. But putting these people, you know, that they drop out, there's a higher chance of them getting on welfare, and there's a higher chance of them having medical issues than that they're not. Okay.
All right, appreciate that. Well, thank you for coming out tonight, Mr. Barnes. I really do appreciate your thoughts and comments, and I know they're well received by the trustees. I need a trustee to make a motion. Thank you, Trustee Orban, and second, receive. Thank you, and Trustee Hicks seconding that. All in favor of receiving the gentleman's report? That is unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your attention.